We got game 4 in the Western Conference Finals. Let's talk some basketball. What's going on, everyone? Welcome back in to another episode for Just a Bet Outside. I am your host, Steven. Hope you guys all had a great weekend. I am ready to get back to the grind, and we got game 4 in this absolutely bonkers of a series we have in the Western Conference Finals, where we've had 3 blowouts so far. But as for us on the weekend, we're recording this before the Sunday game. I got 2 bets in that Knicks-Pacers game, but so far leading up to that, it was a 3-3 weekend. Just a ho-hum. We keep splitting 1-1 every day. It's irritating. But either way, that's where we're at. We'll go over the recap in just a little bit. But quick reminder, the MLB Best Bets video will be out after this one later tonight for the Monday slate. Of course, any graphics you see in this video are from OUTLIER, the best betting research tool on the market today. Click that link below. You get a 7-day free trial. So let's get into it. And that means we got to start the week off with the dad joke. That's right. Let's cure those Monday blues. Here we go. What did the convicted cannibal request for his last meal? 5 Guys. Alrighty, in this video, we are going to recap the weekend, and then we're going to talk and give my 2 best bets for the Game 4 between the Thunder and the T-Wolves, and of course, we'll finish it with the recap. So hit that like button if you haven't already. Leave a comment below to help this channel continue to grow. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button. Come join this awesome community. But let's get it rolling, and that means it's recap time. All right, there it is, a ho-hum 3-3 weekend so far as we are waiting the Sunday bets of Knicks Moneyline and Cat over PRs. Hopefully they come through and we finally get that 2-0 sweep. But Thursday, Timberwolves plus 7.5. That was game 2. They got crushed. It wasn't even, not crushed like game 3 with the Thunder. But anyways, that was never really that close. And then Anthony Edwards over 23.5 points. Got a nice winner. Cashes under in game 1. Cashes over in game 2. And then Friday, Pacers team total continues to cash for us. That was game 2 there. And then Cat over 34.5 PRAs. That did not because, well, that was just... he didn't play many minutes. He kind of got benched in the fourth quarter, to be honest with you. But Saturday, Rudy Gobert under 16.5 PRAs. Got the job done barely. It was at 16. Blowout helped. And then Casey Wallace over 8.5 PAs. I don't understand. He took 0 field goal attempts. 0. Made no sense. But again, that game was insane. A 1-in-1 day. When you have a 40-something point game, it is what it is. We move on. And then there we are for the Sunday. So playoff record, again, right around down 5 units. We had a good regular season, but the playoffs have just been kind of ho-hum. We had a bad start, and we just kind of been on that treadmill, the betting treadmill, back and forth lately. So hopefully we can have a hot week, though. Hopefully it starts with that Sunday game, and then I got 2 more best bets today. And speaking of that, let's talk Game 4. All right, we head out to the land of the tiny beverages where the Minnesota Timberwolves host the Oklahoma City Thunder. Thunder minus 3.5. Total in this one is 218.5. I do have to remind people, I am hoping the T-Wolves win because they are 1 win away from cashing my plus 2.5 games on my spread bet for this series. Hopefully they get it done here because this is their best chance. Let's be honest with you. But this series, I'm telling you, how are you supposed to project it? It's been 3 blowouts. This is what's rough. You don't see this in a lot of sports, but some playoff series are just not that entertaining to watch. Thunder dominate in game 1 and 2, and then they get absolutely annihilated in game 3. When everyone says the Timberwolves are done, Thunder are rolling, they can't match up with them. I've seen all the millions of comments, and then they go out and probably get their butts beat more than any other game this season. It was insane. So hopefully we can start getting a fun competitive series to watch. But it does make betting a little hard, as you guys know. But hopefully I found 2 winners. I got an under and I got an over. 2 player props. I'm staying away from the side because honestly I don't know if the Thunder are going to cover or if they're going to lose by 50. So we're just going to stick to player props in this one. So here we go. Bet number 1, give me Chet Holmgren, under 8.5 rebounds. That's right, we're going under, minus 125 on DraftKings for a half unit. I feel like this line is using that first series against the Nuggets just a little bit too much for Chet. He went over this line in 5 of the 7 games versus Denver, but Minnesota's a tougher matchup for him. In the first 3 games of this series, he hasn't really come that close. First game he did, he had 7 rebounds, and then he had 4 and 5 rebounds. That was on 17, 13, and 11 rebound chances. He's averaging just under 14 rebound chances. That's not that many, honestly, against a hard rebounding team in Minnesota when you need 9 to go over this line. And then in the 5 games versus Minnesota overall this year, he's under this line in 4 of 5, including 4 straight games. The one over was the first game against Minnesota this year, and guess what? Rudy Gobert and Julius Randle weren't even playing for Minnesota. So to me, that doesn't even count. And those 4 unders, by the way, 3 of those games were 5 or less rebounds. So not even that close. If you watch, he just hasn't been in the best of rebounding positions on defense. I see him around the perimeter a lot and stuff like that. And he's only had 4 offensive rebounds in 3 games. Again, Minnesota is a great defensive rebounding team, so it makes it tough. I just think this number is too high. Rebounding props, as we saw with Neesmith, but they can be a little inconsistent. They're a little hit and miss, but I do really like this one. I think this should definitely be 7.5 here. So give me Chet over or under 8.5 rebounds. Not over, under 8.5 rebounds. That is my first best bet. And then the second one, we got an over. Give me Julius Randle. That's right, over 18.5 points for a half unit. He was called out by his teammates after Game 2, and he sure showed up in Game 3, that's for sure. He responded big time, had a big game, and he's become, obviously, the true second scoring option for Minnesota, which they really need after Ant. In the playoffs this year, he's crushing it. He's over this line in 10 of 13 games, averaging just a tick under 23 points per game. In this series alone, though, he's over in 2 of 3 games, and that's with some blowouts. Like I've said, there haven't even been really any competitive games yet this series, so we've seen less minutes, including the last 2. He played 32 and 30 minutes. If you compare that to what he was playing like last series, he played 3 straight games over 40 minutes. I mean, it's night and day, and to go over this in 2 of 3 when you're getting 5 to 8 less minutes as well, you'd like to see that. If we get a competitive game, I would be shocked if he doesn't play at least 35 minutes, closer to 40 minutes. In games with 35-plus minutes this season, he's over this line in 23 of 29 games, averaging 22.4 points per game. As for the matchup, I mean, Thunder focus, their number one focus is on Ant, obviously for good reason, and they have the guards to do it, but Randall's proven to be a little bit of a tough matchup, especially when Randall wants to actually be aggressive. That's the key here. He can really attack the rim on offense and then also stretch the defense out. He's been a tough matchup, and when he gets his confidence going, he is not afraid to shoot, that's for sure. He's a guy who can put up 25 to 30 when he's aggressive and ready to play and shooting the ball well. We've already seen huge performances from him this postseason. Already put up 28 and 24 this series alone with a bit less minutes, like I mentioned. He put up 31 and 29 in the last 2 games of the Warriors series. Again, he threw up a clunker in Game 2. Julius Randle's always capable of that. But I just like what I've seen overall in the playoffs. And again, he got called out, and now he's getting back home. If this is competitive, I do expect 40 minutes from him, or right around there, which would make this a steal. So we'll see. Not one game has been competitive, but he's proven in less minutes versus OKC that he can go over this as well. I think it's a tough matchup. As long as he's not ice cold or anything like that and it stays aggressive, I like it. So give me Orange Julius over 18.5 points. That's my second and final best bet on this for this game. Any added plays, though, of course, will be in the pinned comments below on X and on Discord. So before we get out of here, let's check out the recap. All right, there it is. My 2 best bets. Give me Chet Holmgren under 8.5 rebounds at -125 for a half unit. And then Julius Randle over 18.5 points at -110 for a half unit as well. Thank you guys for watching, as always. If you haven't already, hit that like button and go check out that MLB video as well. But hope you guys all have a great Monday, and we'll talk to you soon.